Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Recovery Show with Steen here on 101.5 LPKOCI here in Newport Beach, California. What's going on, California? What's going on, Newport? How are you, to my friends? How was your week? You know I'm going to ask that. Don't look at me like that. You know, I know you're out there, and I know you're listening, and I'm glad you came in tonight because it's real. We're going to talk real again, right? We're going to talk real about recovery. We're going to talk about addiction, recovery, and community. What are we building here? What are we doing? We can't do it without you. You know, we need everybody's in participation, even if you're not in recovery. And I bet you know someone who is or needs to be. It's not for us to judge them, but it's for us to be there with a hand up, right? Like my good friend Jeff Doherty out there. Hey, what's up, Jeff? Would say, we need to be there for each other. We need to know that when we walk this path, we don't walk it alone. My guest tonight, I think that's really what his whole thing's about. He's got a great story. And he's got a great thing going on. And I think we need to hear about that. I think you need to hear about it. Because when we talk here, we talk about experience and strength, and we talk about hope. And we want to hear what people are doing differently to get people either geared into recovery, stay in recovery, stay stopped is the name of the brand, right? And my friend Jackson is here from a company called Stay Stop. Jackson, get your microphone near you so you're not leaning in.
You got it.
Now say it again.
How's it going, everybody?
There's Jackson. Everybody say, hi, Jackson. So are you excited?
I'm totally excited. Yes, sir.
So Jackson he's repping his product. Now, without sounding like a commercial, and it may, but this is important because he's helping a community. And he's helping a community to be aware, and he's helping a community to brand awareness, because I think we're tired of being in the stigma, and people want to be out, and people want to be proud about these things, because it's not about being alone, is it, Jackson?
That's exactly right.
Lean in a little bit more.
That's exactly right. Yes, sir.
There you go. Now we can hear your lovely voice. So Jackson has a story. Now, Jackson, you're a vet. God bless you.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. How long were you in the service?
U.S. Army, 1988 to 1993.
Thank you
5 years.
So much for your service. You were in
the Desert Storm. I was out in Kuwait, Iraq. Like I said, U.S. Army. 2 weeks after I graduated high school, I'm a soldier.
God bless you. That's just amazing.
Yes, sir.
Now, there's more to your story, right?
Yes.
You're in recovery.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been sober?
I love this part. 4 years, 4 months, and 4 days today.
Wow.
The triple fours. Yeah.
You should have played the three numbers today. I'm just saying.
Love it. Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
No, it's too late. We have to do a show.
By the grace of God, I might add to as well. Something bigger than me kind of is guiding me in this path right now. So definitely have to give acknowledgement to that, sir.
Absolutely,
yes.
Because we get here how we get here,
yes.
And we can't do it alone, can we?
Absolutely not.
No, I wouldn't want to try, and I'm glad everybody's out there listening.
Cool.
So now, what got you to your hour of desperation? Tell me a little bit about your story about your experience when you were out there and how long you were out there.
Well, I'd like to first acknowledge, first of all, my drug of choice has been crystal methamphetamines. It's been alcohol. It's been all kinds of drugs for 21 years, and multiple rehabs, multiple attempts to kind of just get a handle on it. It was never about so much trying to just stop altogether. I knew that I just wanted to get a handle on it, and my moment of desperation, my moment of hopelessness came finally in 2015. And
where did all these drugs take you first? You got out of this? Were you?
Yeah.
Were you using when you got out of the service?
Okay, so my time in service, I got out of service in 1993. I tested positive for substance 2 cocaine, and they basically offered me, reduction of rank, which devastated me altogether after being in for 5 years, and I decided to just go ahead and get out. They gave me a general discharge, and back into society I came, and again went right to the bottle, went right to partying, because again I'm free. I could do whatever I want to do, and got right into release from the military on a substance abuse charge or discharge. Went right into partying, drugging, and alcohol, all for the next 20 years. It would be from 93, 94, all the way through. So again, it was just like the next thing to do.
I mean, where did it take you? Like, were you down and out? Did you end up homeless?
Homeless, okay, so here's the thing. See, my addiction, I think, has sustained itself for so long because, again, yes, I was homeless, but again, I was more hotel hopping was my thing. It was like I never really had an actual lease or mailbox, but I was always hopping from one hotel to the other. And I called myself living a double life because I was always kept myself employed, always kept myself together, dressing in, suits and ties, going to work. I was an insurance agent for 20 years, an actual insurance agent. So I kind of was that guy that was not so like your a stereotypical drug addict like you would think. It was that double life kind of a thing. So again,
well, I mean, look at me. I look like the soccer dad with a minivan,
exactly,
right?
Yeah.
Everybody's got the picture in their head now, right? Blonde, blue eyes, blah blah blah.
Right.
So, but you got here because I mean, it took me 40 years, right? I started as a child. I was raised by a pack of wolves, and so that was ingrained in me since a little young man. Mm-hmm. So when you're around it all the time, you just think that's what it's about.
It's normal. It was the normal lifestyle, right?
So you did what? Well, normal, as my good friend Sherry would say, is a setting on a dryer.
Yeah, right.
So we can't. Is it normal, right? To hold a job and be addicted to meth, right?
Yeah. Not even. Again, it was my state of mind, so that definitely had to be adjusted altogether. But for that long, it was. What got you to the point of destruction? I mean, to the point where you're like, I'm done. Yeah, multiple arrests. I remember my first attempt, and this kind of want to lead into it right here. My first attempt at recovery or at a rehab was in 2004. I caught my first possession charge, and again, that was me saying, okay, look, I'm busted with drugs. I had one little piece on me, and I didn't want to throw it, and I didn't want to toss it. And the cop was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I need help. I remember sitting in the back of the cop car just like in tears, and this guy was just like, he's like, we're going to take care of you. We're going to get you some help. And this was 2004. But again, that wasn't even enough. But again, my state of mind was just, I knew from 2004, I got to get a handle on it because I'm hotel hopping, I'm in the street, I'm hanging with the wrong people. But again, I'm trying to live this other life.
Yeah, so you're asking for help, and you can't stop.
I can't stop. I cannot
See, that's
stop.
the way of addiction, friends. That's the way of any kind of addiction. You can't stop, and you don't know how to get help. And you're asking for help, and you don't know how to get help.
And again, all the wants, all the desires in the world, it wasn't sufficient. It just, I didn't have the sufficient to actually kind of harness it because, again, I'm doing my best. I'll go to rehab for 30 days, a 60-day rehab, a 90-day rehab, and then I'm back out. And it's like I'll be clean for another, month after that, 3 months. And then, this is stupid. Sobriety is stupid. Recovery is stupid. I'm out of here. I'm going back to what I do.
So you couldn't stay stopped.
I could not stay stopped at all. Again, that's
a merciless plug, but we'll get there. So we'll get to the story.
Yeah, we will.
So what was the moment that took you to where you are decided this is the time to be sober?
Okay, 2015 was the mark. Again, called a case, domestic battery case, child abuse, child endangerment. And I've had such a challenging time because I've always prided myself in being a great father and a great responsible party as far as taking care of my family. I never wanted to do it in front of them. I was like me. I'll stay in the bathroom for hours on hand. And one morning, it just all hit the fan. It just all hit the fan because Mom was, tired of me being in the bathroom and the kids were not getting ready, and it was just a chaotic mess. And I ended up, taking action on my daughter's mother. And that was a definitely thing. It was a moment of aggression that really kind of put me out. And my daughter came running in the room, and this is to answer your question. This was that moment of she screamed, "Daddy, stop!" And I remember standing up after holding her mother down on the bed, trying to smother her, and I just wanted her to just stop nagging and bugging. I just wanted her to stop, and my daughter screamed, "Daddy, stop!" And I remember standing up, and I said to myself, I can't control myself anymore. I can't control myself. I don't care if I go to the blackest of hell. And I remember saying that, man. And that's what I believe was my moment right there. That was my utter sense of hopelessness, because here I am now trying to do the most horrific thing to my daughter's mother. And again, it was all because she was interfering with my pursuit of getting loaded. And I just knew
it's crazy where these drugs will take us.
Again, I didn't want my beautiful daughter, my beautiful family, all of that stuff. I tried to, straddle the fence. I tried to really, be that. But again, that drug, that addiction did not want half of me. It wanted my complete soul. It wanted all of me altogether. No matter how much I wanted to control it and regulate it, it wasn't happening. And at that moment, that's when I knew I can't do this.
That's a real story, and it took a lot of guts to talk about that honesty.
Yeah, it was.
That's a hard story. Yeah. My friends out there, you hear this is what addiction's about. This is where it goes. It's real. We're not gonna apologize here on this show for being real, because you need to know where it takes people. It takes them to spots where they are not proud of, and it's ugly, and it's harmful, not just to them. And people, you're not in your right mind. You're overcome. Mm-hmm. You just don't even know what you're doing.
And the reflection of it all, like when I finally got arrested that morning, it all came flashing back, and the kids were being taken away, and all that flashback. I would take my kids out, to go pick up, and I'd leave them sitting out in the car. Oh, they'll be okay. I'd take them to the most dangerous spots and leave them out in the car in the dark. And I'm just like, what the heck am I doing? But again, that was more important to me, to get that.
And you couldn't stay stopped.
I couldn't do it, man. It was so much more. It was more important for me to get what I wanted instead of the safety and health.
I don't think anybody's ever going to wear a ribbon on their lapel for addicts and alcoholics of any kind. Mm-hmm. I just don't think that's it. But can we break the stigma of it's a choice? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a choice to go out and get a drink. It's a choice to get high. Mm-hmm. And if you want to, but when it possesses you, when you get to the point of where you can't stop, you don't know. Yeah. You don't know that you can't stop, right?
That's right.
You have moments where you are seeking help, and you cry out. People find God in many ways when the bull is sailing over their head in a foxhole. People find God.
Totally, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And it's the same thing. That's the foxhole, right? Yeah. You're trying to find the foxhole amongst all this danger. Yes. I have to ask. It's a hard question. Mm-hmm. Are you in touch with your children now?
Absolutely. And again, I'm so
what
proud
a freaking blessing.
Yeah. Their mother, everybody, we've reconciled. I did multiple classes. I did whatever it took to get those classes, to make sure that I was able to go through the therapies and do whatever it took to, make it all better again. And today we have a beautiful relationship, much respect for their mother. Jessica, shout out to you, Jess.
And the kids.
And Gianna and Angel, I love you guys so much. Mwah. Daddy,
well, there's a great plug, and what a great story, kids.
Yes.
Because Dad's on his way, he's doing the deal, and he's created a company called Stay Stopped. And I think we'll leave it at that while we pay some bills. Because that was a great story, and I thank you for taking the time to be honest with us about that, because people need to know after 21 years that there's hope.
There is definitely hope. 21 years, again, totally thought I was lost.
And now you're found.
Yes,
Hold
sir.
on, please.
Yes, sir.
Don't cry to me. If you loved me, you would be here with me. You want me, come find me. Make up your mind.
Make up your mind. So we're here. This is the Recovery Show with Steen, 101.5 here at KOCI LP, Newport Beach, and wherever you're listening from, my friends. I know we got some friends out in Hawaii. I know we have some friends in the Midwest. I know we have friends out there listening, and I appreciate you. Justin, thanks for the referral to Jackson. He's a great dude. So we're talking to Jackson here, and Jackson is a vet, and he's in recovery, and he has just given us his story, which was incredibly powerful, my friend. And out of that story, you created a product called Stay Stopped, and if I read your hat right, it says Recovery Lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
So what is the story behind starting Stay Stopped? Because Stay Stopped is a strong statement.
Significant statement for me. 2013, one of the rehabs I was out in San Diego, facilitator. He's just basically giving a class where I'm at another rehab, and it's, of course, I'm bored. I'm sitting in the group, and he says something real casual. He's just like, drug addicts and alcoholics, they stop all the time. It's no problem. We all stop sometime. But
anybody can stop.
Yeah, anybody can stop.
Right, that's what everybody says. You can just stop.
Yeah, right, just stop. And
so let's dispel that myth right now. It's really the most important thing is to
stay stopped.
Okay.
Stay stopped. And that's what I don't know how to do, man. That's the trick right there, because again,
well, I mean, you've been sober for 4 years, 4 months and 4 months.
Let me rephrase that. That's what I didn't know how to do on my own without the proper guidance. Again, I definitely had to engage. I had to take deliberate action to get into the therapies. I really like to give shout outs to DBT classes at the VA. The VA provided me with DBT classes, CPT classes, therapy, meditations. These are all things I had to actively engage in to be able to sustain this Stay Stop, because coping with life, coping with sobriety, that's what I couldn't handle. But again, being able to stay stopped, again, it resonates with me. Seeing this brand, having this brand name, I think every single male, female, whatever, has a desire at some point to just stay. We've all tossed that bag and broke that last bottle and just swore this is it. And then a month or two, we're right back at it again.
So your product, and the website is staystoppedunited.org, right?
Yes, correct.
So this is actually products that you use to brand.
Yes.
It is, for lack of a better word, T-shirts?
We have a clothing and apparel brand. Yes, we do use our T-shirts as a platform, as an actual medium, if you will, to be used as a tool. We want to use our brand, our slogans as a tool to really kind of reflect the success and the actual accomplishments that men and women are actually doing and creating out here in sobriety. This is foreign territory to us, Steen, and it's like here we are, doing our best to, sustain the sobriety, and I figured a brand could do it. A T-shirt, not just a T-shirt, Steen. I wanted to have a brand that actually embodies recovery. That's why it says it's that recovery lifestyle. It's not just, hey, I want a T-shirt. No, when we wear that Stay Stopped, it's something that's near and dear and personal to each and every person that wears it. That's our own personal.
Well, it's subtle enough where it's keeping it not in your face.
Yes.
Exactly. It is enough so that it creates a community, right?
Exactly. We want to attract that awareness to each and every community. We want to give a sense of purpose to these men and women who are out there, a sense of actually being a part of
belonging,
something.
Community.
Again, because it's foreign territory.
You don't. Okay, so people are walking down the street. They don't know someone's sober or not sober. I mean, we all know when someone's stumbling down the street, right?
Exactly.
We know when people are high. I mean, we just know that,
exactly,
right? But we don't know when we have a brother or sister in recovery.
Exactly.
And this is not. I'm looking at the product, and it's not in your face. It's subtle.
Yes, and that's exactly. I was by design, Steen. Again, I didn't want to be this just like boom in your face. Hey, I'm sober, boom. Which is, some people have that, but again, I wanted to really create. It was a subtle brand that actually softly speaks to each individual out there, so we can recognize each other and identify each other out there, and just be like, hey, That's what I'm trying to do too.
Well, what do you say about that when people want to remain anonymous? I mean, you know, what do you say to the people who? I mean, everybody has a choice in sobriety.
Absolutely.
But I think, you know, I'm with you on that. We need to break a certain amount of stigma.
Yes. There's a definite stigma, and again, we can't change.
I mean, why can't we be proud?
You have to be. Again, this is a daily functional activity. And again, anyone that has that stigma attached to it, again, just a matter of time. That's why, again, I create the slogans like stay humble. You know, these are the things that are needed. These are principles that we're actually learning to practice. Staying humble, you know what I mean? Learning a new freedom. These are the different slogans that by design, I create in this brand. If I'm going to make a T-shirt, get out of your own way. I want to kind of make these things that actually are speaking to it besides just the regular I'm not sober or don't drink. I wanted it to be soft enough, and what's that word they use? I think they use like a dog whistle, if you will. Stay stopped is necessary. I get a lot of people, hey, what does stay stopped mean? Hey, you know, it's a clothing brand, but people that really know what they're trying to do, they recognize it instantly. It's like those that know. Basically. So again, that's that
so we don't have to flash signs at each other. Right?
Exactly.
We know we're part of a crowd.
Yes, it creates a sense of
you know,
awareness.
it's interesting because if everybody did, then we'd really know who was out there. And I get it. You know, some people out there who are in service, first responders, teachers, things like that, don't necessarily want people to know that they're sober. And
again, I totally respect that as well. Yes.
There's some people who just don't think that that's going to work because honesty doesn't necessarily mean because there's such a stigma. Hopefully with this show, one day we will break this stigma.
Yes. And again, that's what we intend to do, or we hope to do as well. The stigma attached to recovery is just the fact that, hey, that's a drug addict or that's an alcoholic. When in actuality, being in recovery says, hey, this is a person trying to change their lives. We're trying to change our lives for the better. And that's what the Stay Stop wants to actually be. We want to be that brand that says, hey, look, I'm improving my life. I'm changing everything about how it used to be.
Right. I mean, we talk about this on the show, my friends out there. We talk about addiction, and we've heard a great story about addiction. And we've talked about recovery and solution. There's solution after 21 years.
Yes, sir. 21 years.
And there's solution, there's success.
Success, absolutely.
In recovery.
Yes. And a whole sense of purpose was recreated altogether.
And there's a way to stay stopped. And without sounding too commercial about it, I think we're going to get into how does it support the recovery community and how does it get the word out in our next segment. So hang on, my friends. Do you know yourself? Red Hot Chili Peppers, love that song. You are back with KOCI here on 101.5 LP, KOCI, Newport Beach, California. This is Steen, spacing out on the name of the radio program. That's awesome. It doesn't help to be blonde, but if we're going to stereotype, right? We are talking with Jackson. Say hi, Jackson.
Hi, Jackson.
He follows orders very well. He has a company called Stay Stopped.
Yes, sir.
Now, Stay Stopped is a line of clothing that is logoed with the term Stay Stopped, and it says recovery lifestyle. And I think I got it. I got labels right here. He's looking at my labels.
Wear recovery,
live recovery.
Yes,
wow.
Sir. That's a good one right there. Yeah. It
initially
was recovery lifestyle, but then as I'm still developing, that wear recovery, live recovery kind of really just kind of stuck with me. It seemed like it really seemed to fit.
How did you start this up?
So, like I said, when I got the little thing about the thing in San Diego, and the guy was like, yeah, it's no great trick. The trick is to stay stopped. I was in jail when I got arrested again in 2015.
Wait, you left out the part about jail.
Okay, so real quick.
No, I'm just joking. Move on.
Okay, yeah.
We want to hear about Stay Stopped.
Yeah. So 13, I'd go back out there. Even after I heard Stay Stopped, 2013, I would go back out, and I was out for another 2 years. Arrested again, like I told you, in 2015, in custody. I'm a product as well, as I like to give a shout out to H&I. I don't know if I could say that, but either way. But those guys came in and was just like, hey, here's this book. Check out this book. And I checked it out, and that was it. So Stay Stopped stuck with me. It really stuck. And it's something about that phrase was so familiar to me, and it was something I wanted to do. So I felt like something divinely kind of just inspired me. Just said, you know what? We're going to make that a brand. So when I was in my rehab, shout out to Safe Refuge in Long Beach. I would take that time. Yeah, totally. I would use that time that I was in rehab, okay? And a lot of newcomers right now, I just want to kind of give a shout out to you guys too, because again, this brand is specifically in homage to you guys, because again, multiple rehabs. This time when I was in rehab, I made sure I took the time to create a purpose. I needed to have a purpose. So I said, I want to do something that we all can resonate with. And I said, let's do a t-shirt brand. Let's do a t-shirt brand. Let's create something that we can connect with these individuals. It gives them a sense of belonging. So again, I set out to create the design. I set out to find the perfect shirt, the quality t-shirt, and I wanted to actually start giving them out. And I started giving them out in hopes, again, to encourage and to inspire these guys. And again, it was a phrase, stay humble, that really kind of stuck with us. And that was the one that really kind of spoke to me, because it said, before we can stay humble, in order to stay humble, in order to keep our sobriety, we have to maintain it being teachable. And to me, I learned that being able to stay humble, it allowed me to kind of really get out of that selfish mode, to really be open to continue to learn. Because again, new in recovery.
Shout out to a friend of mine who's new in this program, about over a year. Stay teachable. Got to remember that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, stay teachable is
put that on a t-shirt.
Big, yeah, run it. We'll do it. Again, and that's another thing too. Our brand is specifically designed. They can be custom made. If you have a favorite slogan, if you have a favorite saying, boom, you shoot us that email, and we'll go ahead and put that together for you with our branded label on there too. The whole brand is designed specifically to be able to collaborate and to help others to kind of really create that sense of unity with each other. Unity, hold on, ready it goes. Attracting awareness and encouraging unity. That's one of my other slogans.
Well, I mean, that's what we do here is building community, building unity. It's people realizing they're not alone in this.
Yes.
I mean, isn't that ultimately really your goal?
That's a significant goal, of course. Creating a community, creating a sense of belonging, like I said, in the community, and to have that brand that we can identify each other, like you said, to be able to see, hey, that guy's doing it too. Hey, maybe I should, go talk to him now. And it gives us that sense of just where we're so unfamiliar with each other, but yet we're all striving to stay stopped. We're all striving to sustain this sobriety that we fought so many years to try to get. And I just want to be able to have this brand that really speaks to the community, that just says, hey, look, it's not a stigma. We're doing a daily work right here. And if we need each other in this to actually feel like, hey, it's not just me. It gets discouraging in recovery. Recovery is a very challenging process. But again,
Well, you have a lot of people who don't want you to be successful.
Yeah.
People are proud of you when they do.
Yeah.
Your loved ones are.
Yeah.
The world at large is not very. They like the idea of people being in recovery, but they're not. Like, you can't go to a job interview and say, "By the way, I'm in recovery."
Yeah,
that doesn't work.
Stigma, boom, blasted. Yep. So again, that's something. Again, it was something near and dear to me because again, I wanted this brand to actually empower the fact that look, being in recovery is a whole opportunity for us to recreate ourselves altogether. It's a recreation of ourselves. It's something that we can be proud of. That addiction. It's part of our story. It's part of our experience.
You started by handing T-shirts out.
Yes, sir.
Hats.
So
you funded this yourself?
Fully financed, self-financed altogether. And again, I was very happy to do it. I was spending tons and tons of money on drugs and hotels and whatever else it did.
So do you have to apologize to your wife for that, or
no?
Okay.
She's good.
No, she's all behind that.
Right on.
All right.
I'm not married either, Steve.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming. I apologize.
You're good. Yeah. Never married.
You need to put a ring on it.
I know, right?
Right? That was one for you, young lady.
That's right.
So Stay Stopped. It's a great idea. Now, are you registered trademark?
Yes, I had. Again, it was so significant to me, and it was just like I really want to get this. Not so much for the fact that I wanted a trademark, but just because I knew it had so much power and significance behind it. So I wanted to specifically get it trademarked by the United States Patent and Trademark Office. It took about 6 months to get through that whole process. But again, I felt like it was such a powerful statement. I wanted to really kind of embrace it because I wanted to really make sure it was presented and represented properly. I wanted it to completely embody recovery, not just,
yeah. And you haven't now. You have been a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
And you're currently transitioning out of that.
Yes, transitioning into a LLC, social support, social enterprise.
Did you know anything about doing business?
Oh, heck no. Again,
I'm saying a meth addict insurance salesman does not sound like someone who's going to start an LLC.
Again, it was totally, this is something, I want to kind of speak to, if you're in rehab right now, I used that time, Steen, to my advantage. Again, I knew that I had to recreate something. So again, I took the time to explore, ask questions.
Wait. You mean that in rehab, in recovery, we can educate ourselves and rehabilitate ourselves?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hence the term rehabilitation, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here.
You got to do it.
That's why it's called rehabilitation.
And I work in treatment too. I work at detox center, and it's easy to tell these guys if you're in rehab or use that time. Rehab is designed to have a safe place to sleep, shower, get some good food in your health, and to recreate your mind, to actually think about, hey, what am I going to do when I step out of here? Educate.
You must learn what you've unlearned. You must unlearn what you've learned. Right?
Absolutely.
But I'm quoting.
Yes. That was a significant part to building this brand. I used that time to, instead of sitting back thinking, oh, I got to get back to work, which is okay as well. But again, I wanted to do something different because I knew I couldn't sustain a job. I'm being even an insurance agent, I would be from office to office, job to job, always was employable, but I was never steady. I was never consistent. So again, I needed that consistency. So I said, if I had a brand, if I had something that I created that had the passion behind it, I'll do whatever it takes to learn how to make it happen.
Because nobody wakes up as a kid and goes, I want to be an addict when I grow up. Now, kids say, I want to be in the Army and I want to be serving my country. I get that. But you don't. You have to deal with that gap, that loss of 21 years of what your dreams were.
Yeah, very discouraging.
And then you're reinventing your dream through just hearing the words "Stay Stopped."
That's it. And that's what keeps me going. Like I said, whether it pops off as being a successful, huge brand, which I believe that it can be and will be, there's many a day, Steve, where I get really discouraged. I'm like, no one wants to hear about this, or nobody wants to stay stop stuff, or nobody wants to stay humble. People, it gets really discouraging some days. But again, I just noted my own personal recovery where it depends on me taking action, intentional action
Yeah,
to do
ask
this.
someone this question today, and I'll ask you.
Yes.
Can one person change the world?
One person can totally change the world.
There you go.
One person at a time. I used to, when I started this thing, I wanted to just completely capture everyone, and I would get one guy and I'd get a shirt, and then he'd leave rehab and he'd leave the shirt behind, and I'd get all discouraged. I'm like, dude, he left his shirt. He went back out, and I got so discouraged. And one of the guys, big shout out to Big Rob at SAF, he said, Jackson, are you still sober? Yeah, well, he was, oh, that's okay. You keep doing what you're doing, Jackson. You keep doing what you're doing. As long as I could keep helping people, I'm thinking that was another part. This brand allows me to connect. It gives me a sense of purpose to get out there and connect with the newcomers, to connect with the people that are new in this environment, this foreign territory. I like to keep saying it, but yeah, this is important to me.
So what are you doing to build this brand?
So to build this brand, again, I'm a huge reader. I'm a huge collaborator.
Let's talk about the collaboration. Who are you collaborating with?
My collaboratives, again, a big shout out to the Orange County Recovery Collaboration. Tamara.
Wait, is there such a thing?
Yes, it certainly is.
Wow, I'm really ignorant. I need to get those people on this show.
Tamara Jimenez, she's awesome.
Come on, Tammy.
Yeah, get her. Those guys kind of just really they bring together everybody and everything that's recovery. They meet on the second Tuesday of every month. Tuesday of every month.
That sounds like a wonderful show.
Yes, you got to get with those guys. But I was able to meet some other people there. I work with Mercy House out in Santa Ana, Strides in Recovery, Beacon House out in San Pedro,
Stanton
Detox, New Directions for Women here in Costa
You
Mesa.
need to get up to the Rock Center too.
Yeah, definitely. Oh gosh, who else have we got here? I'm sorry if I miss anybody.
You'll regret it later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Also, I want to also give a shout out to New Jersey as well, because I'm born and raised in Jersey. City of Angels, they're doing big things in my hometown back in Jersey. City of Angels,
And they need to. Jersey's had a huge opiate problem.
yes. Clean Time, get you some. Monty B. Abnormal out in Ohio, he's doing big things. These are some of the people that I've actually collaborated with.
So
Sorry.
you're now earlier we were talking earlier about this, and you give houses T-shirts for them to kind of uniform up.
Yes.
What does uniformity do for people in rehab, people that are in detox, people who are in trying to
living
get
as well.
sober?
Yeah, sober living as well. Again, it does. It just gives them a sense of, first of all, we want to reinforce the work that's being done in these rehabs. Okay, so again, and the people that are actually going through those treatment centers, they take their treatment center and they see, hey, there's a Stay Stop connected with that. Now, all of a sudden, we want to specifically, Lighthouse, I forgot to, Anaheim Lighthouse. Again,
You'll wake up in the middle of the night and you'll go, I forgot.
Yeah.
And then it'll be okay.
Totally
So
right.
for everybody he forgot,
I'm sorry,
he
guys.
loves you, and we will remember you. Now,
There you go.
now we move on.
That's right. So again, the whole deal is we want to actually create and connect with these alumni, the alumni centers out there, with these treatment centers, because again, that's where the work is being done. When these guys finish that treatment center, we want to leave them reinforced, not just that treatment center, but also that branded connection that we have with these.
Well, it's like
treatment
what we say here all the time. We don't want anybody to have to walk this journey alone.
centers. Oh, we can't. Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah.
We can't let people walk alone. And if you're out there and you now, yeah, we'll get into that in the next segment. But you can't walk this journey alone. I can't walk it alone. You said you can't walk it alone. There's no reason to walk it alone. I don't have to drink. You don't have to use. You don't have to drink. We can do it if we do it together. And then having something that brings us together as a collective, I think is significant.
I want to slide something in there too, also, Steve, because before, when you come into treatment or when you come into recovery, all we have in common really is we were alcoholics or drug addicts, right? So that was our common connection with each other, right?
Wait, all. That's it.
Exactly.
That's enough.
And
Ruination it's like being on the Titanic. We have a lifeboat in common.
Exactly. So now with this Stay Stop brand, this is a common thing. This is something now that we can become familiar with as well now. So on the one side, it was the drugs and alcohol that was our common factor. Now we want to create a brand that we all can have in common as well in recovery.
So who does it help?
Everyone, families, encouraging families, loved ones, brothers, sisters, treatment.
So you don't have to be in recovery to want to get the message out about Stay Stopped.
No, we're just, again, creating that full support all the way around. Again, we want to completely reach out specifically to the loved ones and the moms and dads who are concerned and have genuine doubts or maybe lost hope for their loved ones.
Are you still just handing out T-shirts? Is this a charge?
At this point, I've been able to collaborate with, once again, shout out to my biggest collaborative partner right now is The Latest Thing.
Because you can't sustain giving away free T-shirts.
No, we actually do work with a local 12-step store here in Costa Mesa called The Latest Thing. They have an inventory of our products as well. That you can purchase there at The Latest Thing. We have a website where you can purchase as well. We do fundraisers. Again, fundraisers is really big. A lot of treatment centers do fundraisers. We offer our products as well. If you just want to get some a dozen, 2 dozen shirts.
What was the website again?
That's www.staystopkedunited.org.
Yeah, he almost forgot his own website.
I know, huh? But check out the Instagram too. Instagram has a link to it as well. But yeah, my Instagram, follow us at stay.stopped as well. That's a good connector piece there. There's a website connector to there.
That's cool because a lot of, social media is really the way to branch out and get yourself known.
But again, we do like to give out sometimes on birthdays, if you're celebrating a birthday or if you're a newcomer. Again, if you see me, if we catch me out in the community and I have some gear on me, yeah, you're probably going to get a free one. So if you see me,
wow, I didn't get a free shirt. Wow.
Oh, you know what? I didn't bring you something.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't bring me nothing. That's okay. No, look I didn't expect nothing anyway.
Check this out. Boom.
That's awesome.
Huh.
Cool.
That's a little a sticker thing. You can put it right here.
Put it right there.
Yeah.
All right.
That's yours.
That's awesome. And it was such an important brand. He got it tattooed on the back of his neck.
Yes. Yeah.
So we see him coming and going. That's on his forearm too.
Yeah, that's definitely for coming and going. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm branded out altogether. Like I said, this is a significant statement. Again, it resonates with each and every one of us who are in this recovery lifestyle. Again, it's easy to stop. The trick now is to stay stopped.
Right. And on that note, let's pay some bills. Hold on, please.
Hi, this is Tom Johnson from Stu News Newport.
And this is Lynn Selledge from Spinnaker Investment Group.
Join us on Sunday again for Tom and Lynn on KOCI.
Community news that keeps you in the know. We'll be chatting with people and talking about places and things that everybody in this town should know. See you next Sunday, 11 a.m.
Join us, 11 o'clock, KOCI 101.5.
You run a newspaper, you got to know.
Got to know.
Yeah, all right.
Tall and she grew up right with them Indiana boys on an Indiana night. Well, she moved down here at the age of 18. She blew the boys away, it was more than they'd seen. I was introduced and we both started grooving. She said, I dig you, baby, but I got to keep moving. One more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. toll. You never slow down, you never grow old. I'm tired of screwing up, I'm tired of going down, I'm tired of myself, I'm tired of this town. Oh my, oh hell yes. Honey, put on that party dress. Buy me a drink, sing me a song. Take me as I come, cause I can't stay long. Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in. I'm tired of this town again.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to KOCI 101.5 LP, Newport Beach, California. We're talking to Jackson. Now you're on, Jackson.
Yo.
Oh, he's trying to be all the voice. He's all, yes,
Yo.
my name is Jackson. Jackson is with, he started a brand called Stay Stopped.
Yes.
And the word I'm hearing behind this is, I get how you started. I mean, and you just are doling out T-shirts, and then now you've really been funding this by yourself, and then now it's you're starting to get into stores.
Yes.
And that's how brands are started, right?
Yes.
We were just talking on the break about you can only imagine where things go. You can just keep doing this one day at a time, because the real germination for why you started was just to give people
Some hope, man.
Some hope.
Some hope, total hope, and some encouragement, man. Because, again, that's what I needed. That's what I know I personally needed. Again, if you're going to tell me you're going to take away my drugs and alcohol, and now I'm just left with my own ideas and attitudes.
ouch.
Yeah, it's like, and now you're going to put me out here in society where I already know that I don't fit anyway. Now you're going to tell me I'm supposed to just live like this. I needed something. To kind of identify and to empower this continuation
Well,
of
I mean,
sobriety.
I'm sitting across from you, and other than the tattoos, which are now socially acceptable, now you just look like a chef that's going to make some sort of pork belly slider for me, right?
There you go.
You know, with the balsamic drizzle.
There you go.
Right. That's but you look like you fit into me, and the branding is very subtle. It's not in your face. So, where do you get this stuff done at?
Well, that was a big part as well. I'd like to give a shout out to AC.
You and your
Silk Screen.
shout outs.
I know, because again, this is a joint. Again, this is
I
another
love
thing.
that.
This is a thing about.
It's
having
about
this
community.
and recreating. I got all connections. I remember one time I would go through my phone, and everything in my phone was just people that I could party with or party I can get it from. And now I go through my phone, and it's just people who I can help or people I can work with, and that's big for me. Again, collaborations is really the root and the core of this product and this actual brand, because without a silk screener guy, without having a great t-shirt guy, without having actual treatment centers to kind of really support and encourage and empower, again, it's really nothing. So this allows me to step out of my comfort zone, which is in the bathroom, stuck,
Peeking through the blinds.
peeking through the blinds, peeking through the peek holes, you know what I mean? Watching shadows and stuff like this, you know what I mean? So it allows.
I'm sure
them
there are
to-
people out there who know exactly what you mean.
and again, it's a little bit intimidating sometimes, especially when you start
Right.
thinking, oh, I don't know these people. But it challenges me. And since I have such a passion for this brand, it gives me a sense of confidence to really get out there and make these connections and to share with people, share with the communities what we're trying to do. And I'm getting a lot of great support and response from there. AC Silk Screen does my silk screen. Silk Leaf Designs out in LA, he helps me with some silk screen as well.
So it's all local.
Yes, everything's local here.
We like
Everything's-
it. Well, sounding
I got
trite.
you.
We like it homegrown,
Yes,
right?
sir. That's right. Yeah.
That's an addict joke. Anyway, yeah, homegrown. Get it? No, really?
no.
I'm from Berkeley.
Don't do
Everybody in Berkeley got it, right? Maybe a few people in California. I'm just saying.
Don't do it.
Now it's legal, right? And everybody's like, what? So, where would we be without our community?
We need it. We need it. And again, we want even more in our community. We want to feel like that we actually fit in. We want to feel like that we've taken this opportunity to, try to change our lives, to make some changes in here. And now all we want to do is just feel like that, hey, look, there's a lot of us out here. You hear a lot about addiction. There's a lot of recovery out here. And
that's what we need to talk about on the show.
Yeah,
people need to hear the real story, but we need to know that there's recovery out there.
There is recovery. Again, and this is a significant part of it, because if I feel like it's just me out here doing it, forget it.
But this brand gives people hope to know that they're not alone. They're not walking.
Yes.
Now, is this your main job?
This is not my main job. I'm also a student.
Good.
At the Golden West College, I'm taking a certificate program for entrepreneurship.
Excellent.
Again, this is me, taking
Just
the steps.
growing.
Trying to grow, trying to learn, remaining teachable, like we said. Again, foreign territory. There's a lot of young kids out here. I'm 49 years old, and it's just like, here I am going back to this college and going to school.
I know people who've gotten their doctorate in their 60s. Who cares?
But so again, these are challenges that I get to walk through today, clean and sober. And again, that takes a lot but again, to have this passion for this brand, it really motivates me to keep moving forward. So again, I do the college thing part-time at a detox center. Oh, let me squeeze this in there too.
Oh,
I have to,
Lord.
Yeah, I have to do this. This is important right here, real quick.
That's because I like you, Jackson. Go ahead.
So again, I've worked in the past 2 months at 2 different rehabs, 2 different detox centers, terminated. Both of them.
Why? Are we going to talk about it?
We could talk about it. Again, remember, recovery, again, a lot of people interpret recovery as, oh, we're perfect people now, or oh, we're all no, I still get angry. I got anger issues that still surface sometimes. I get discouraged. I get situations where it may be inappropriate to say or do certain things. So again, I get challenged, and I get to actually check myself on those type of things. The most recent situation was an inappropriate comments that were made. And again, this is something, I get to reflect and make the proper amends to. And again, this is something I would have never done before. And I hate the fact that, I get terminated. But at the same time, I want to share with people this communication. And in spite of, getting terminated, my first state of mind before, once upon a time, was, got my paycheck, I got terminated, let's go and go pick up. Again, that was my old behavior. Would have been done.
So now you're able to walk through.
Now I can walk
even
through
challenges that most people will have.
Exactly, and that's again, I want to really make it clear that recovery, it does include a lot of disappointment.
It doesn't make you perfect.
It does not at all.
But it keeps you human.
Yes, correct. It really does, and it allows me to learn how to cope with the disappointments or the frustrations in life. And I didn't add also too that the labels on my shirts, again, custom woven labels. They're out in New York. Each one of my T-shirts will have that custom woven label that makes it official. We are the official recovery apparel brand.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds so important.
Yeah.
But I mean, we as a community are important.
Yes.
People need to understand. I mean, you know what? And we're not going to we can only chip away at the stigma.
Yes, that's what we want to do. Yes.
We can only chip away at it because we're not cancer patients, even though I would say a ton of people who have cancer have it because they've used or have, have some sort of chemical dependency. I would say that it's most people who die out there are dying from from things attributed from overuse, chemical dependency, or alcohol abuse. A lot of suicides out there. We're going to talk real.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, a lot of my veteran brothers out there. Again, I also
God bless them.
we make a point as well with our brand. We've given back a lot to the veteran guys out there. I work with the pier out in Long Beach, VA. Again, we like to give out a lot of T-shirts to those guys as well. Dozens on dozens to those guys out there. We've gone through a lot of stuff out there with the vets. But again, I make a point specifically to connect with my veteran brothers. Any veterans out there, boom, come and see me, DM me, whatever, reach out to me. Again, I want to connect with you.
StayStoppedUnited.org.
Yes, I definitely want to connect with my veteran brothers as well, and sisters.
I don't, we really don't that's the silent struggle we don't hear about a lot. We hear about how we're not doing enough for our vets, but really we don't hear anything about vets in recovery.
Yeah, vets in recovery.
And the positive things that come out of that. I mean, look at what you've been able to do after 21 years and lift yourself up and create a brand
Yes.
out of nothing.
Out of nothing, out of an idea, out of a little scribbled doodle on a paper. Yeah, I literally was compelled to create this brand.
Out of almost less than nothing because of where you came from.
Yes, absolutely.
Complete demoralization.
And again, that's why I want to share this and community and connect with the community with this. It's my job now. My purpose is to reach out and connect this brand with whoever's out there struggling, or whoever's out there trying to sustain, or whoever's out there trying to really encourage others to live this lifestyle.
Well, stay stopped. Anybody can stop is what we say in addiction. You can stop. Can you? I don't know. That's up for debate, because you need help. And you need to know you're not alone. And I think the most important thing I take away, and I hope my audience takes away from, is Stay Stop creates a brand that helps us remind each other that we're not alone in this journey.
Yes.
And so anybody can stay stopped. Jackson, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on today.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Steve, for having me here.
Honor to have you on. You know, it's an honor to work with a person that has come from where you've come from. It's an honor to work with you as a veteran. It's an honor to hear your story.
And much respect to you for all you're doing for the community as well, Steen. You're getting this out here. You're getting our voices. You're allowing us the opportunity to get our voice out there. So much respect to you and KOCI as well for giving us this platform to really get it out there to others.
We're going to keep on giving it out, and I'll look for you to help me out with some referrals, and we'll be a merciless plug for this show, and we'll keep getting that word out. That's all the time we have, my friends.
Stay encouraged, you guys. Stay humble.
Stay encouraged, stay humble.
And stay stopped.
That's it. Stay stopped. What are you going to do differently, my friends? What are you going to do this week? You listened, right? And if that's what you look forward to next week, great. Take that step. If you're out there and you're a family member, reach that hand out. If you're in sobriety, reach that hand back and pull that person up the mountain. That's what we do. We stay together as a community. We know that we don't walk this alone, and we stay stopped.
That's right.
You know, it's a blessing to have you as part of my community, all my friends out there. And I couldn't do this without you. Wouldn't want to try. Know that you're never alone. You can always be here. It's 101.5 KOCI LP. The Recovery Show with Steen every Thursday night at 8 to 9 p.m. Stay stopped. Love you.
You're listening to 101.5 KOCI LP FM, Newport Beach, Costa Mesa.